Hey, it's Rich Tehrani with TMC. We're at the IT Expo Tech Super Show in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the 39th event. Over 300 exhibitors and over 7,500 people expected. Thanks for watching. Colin Bastable is with us, and he is from a company, Kaduu. Colin, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Rich. It's good to be here.
Likewise, for those people who may not be familiar, what does your company do?
We do dark web monitoring. So if somebody's selling your credentials or they're leaking your trade secrets in the dark web, then we'll go find them and we'll protect you.
Excellent, and that's becoming a really big problem, right? There are so many credentials have been stolen over the years, and you may or may not know that your usernames and passwords are floating around out there.
That's right, and also, of course, there's insider threats. So you don't know if some employees are deliberately or accidentally making files available, details available, or they're posting stuff on social media, and you just don't know what you don't know. So Kaduu will help you find that information, and that can lead to prevention of ransomware attacks and all sorts of other things. So it's a big problem.
And tremendous liability. I mean, what companies don't realize nowadays is that the cyber insurance companies are jacking up their rates because of all the losses, and they're trying to minimize their exposure. So you may be out of luck in the future at some point in time with virtually all of your attacks, unless you take the precautions ahead of time to protect yourself.
You're not kidding. So maybe 3 or 4 years ago, ransomware protection insurance was one of the most profitable sectors for the insurance industry. Now it isn't. And they say that security starts with a policy. Well, I suggest everyone really checks their insurance policy first, because they aren't going to be covered as easily as they were just a few years ago, and if you don't have coverage, then you're in trouble. So you need to make sure you get everything covered and protect yourself against losses. But the first thing is to actually have some technology that is going to find the problems before they hit you.
Thank you, Colin. So, question that you might get asked is, the dark web is not necessarily an open place. It's closed in that you may need to pay to get access to different databases and different data. How does one vendor compare to another vendor in terms of trying to be the most complete in terms of searching the dark web?
Great point. And there is a lot of stuff out there. There are billions of records. There is a lot of duplications. So actually the key isn't so much finding the information. Anyone could do that. It's knowing how to separate the wheat from the chaff. And for that you need some applied intelligence. So we have AI tools at the back end, but we also have people, analysts, and we do have people sitting in on forums. They've spent years building personas, so they are trusted. They're able to sit in on these trading environments, and so you need a holistic model where you're using the technology, but you're also participating to be able to find the information. And yes, you sometimes have to just buy just truckloads of crap. Actually, you have to buy a whole load of data that isn't of use to sift through and find the really vital information. So what Kaduu has the ability to do is do those red alerts, so we can help people with instant real-time reporting to say, hey, look, this is important. So we scale it, we red flag key information, and help you weed through the stuff you don't need. And if I can just say, the most important aspect here is the MSSP, who is going to be providing his intelligence and his perspective as well to help his clients to protect themselves with Kaduu.
And I dare say that there's no MSP out there that shouldn't be offering something like this, because every client needs it, and there will always be finger pointing at the MSP after the fact. So they have to offer a service like this to, first of all, protect the customer, but second of all, the customer may come to them afterwards and wonder why they didn't help more, and this is just a natural area to help more.
Absolutely. It's kind of, hey, I'm paying you to help me. Why didn't you see this coming? And of course, we want to help the MSPs to get into this service offering if they're not. It's a natural thing. A lot of customers, they could be large and small, they tend to think that the dark web isn't interested in them, but actually it's very interested, and The MSP has a great opportunity here to get ahead of the curve, to monetize this service by rolling it in with the rest of their services, and to prevent the problem down the road. So it's a must-have for an MSP to add to the schedule of services that's offered.
There's one more thing that is worth discussing, and that is that there was an attack maybe 7-8 years ago, a NotPetya attack by Russia, primarily on Ukrainian companies. And
Yep.
the insurance companies, although I don't remember the outcome of the court case, but the insurance companies didn't want to pay because they claimed it was an act of war. So that brings us to the next logical point. You know, the world is having a conflict with Russia right now, and if they, as a nation state, decide to attack various corporations, what happens with all that cyber insurance? Are you even covered? Is it an act of war, or is it a cyber breach? And I mean, we're getting into areas on a large scale that we haven't probably thought through.
Yeah, that whole NotPetya attack was very interesting. There's actually a case study out there. It's one of the major food corporations that was hit. And just to emphasize,
Mondelez, I think.
That's right. And the CISO did a presentation, super guy, 90 minutes, soup to nuts, and they were out. And he was watching this whole thing unfold. And of course, the problem with NotPetya is it wasn't really ransomware, as in it looked like ransomware, but it was a kill attack. But to your bigger question, you know, we can't litigate insurance, and insurance companies, they want to protect themselves as much as they can. So therefore, I suggest that one, you look at your policy, get your policy out, get it lawyered, find out what's covered, but then you're better off not getting in trouble in the first place. So you need to know what your employees are doing, you need to understand what's already out there, you need to know who is triple using passwords. I do. So everybody's doing this, but also some of the other things like the code that you guys wrote and it's out in a GitHub somewhere and you don't realize. So be prepared, be protected, and the insurance should be a last case. It shouldn't be, oh, we're insured, we're fine, because that isn't going to wash anymore.
Thanks. Is there anything else we should know? If not, how do the viewers find your company?
Okay, so we're in the MSP hall. We're on 868, and we are building our partner program. So we're focused on MSPs. We're here to help build the market. We're very, very partner friendly, and we just want to sign people up. We've got free intros, so it's very easy to get on board with Kaduu. So come see us. So you'll see our booth. We're right by the sales office. So just come, stop by, and we'll show you the product, and we'll scare you a little bit. We'll show you some of the things out there.
Thanks for being here.
Hey, it's great. Thanks, Rich.